Did you ever feel that your romantic affairs are taken right from a really bad and not so funny movie? Have you ever had a moment when you realized that just like Rachel from Friends, someone else should make your choices of partners because you're simply not very good at it? If so, consider that by following the right spiritual principles and applying them to your process of choosing a romantic partner, that can lead to a happy ending, just like it did for me, finally, after many wrong turns. Hi, I'm Haim from Be Love Media, and I'm fascinated by the topic of applying ancient wisdom principles to get better results in attracting the perfect soulmate for you, my dear audience. My journey was far from perfect. It was filled with bad choices, or as I like to call them, learning opportunities. And it took me 30 years of my adult life, or half a century of my entire life, to get to the point where I finally found a set of spiritual principles based on millennia age wisdom, millennia old wisdom, where it finally ended with me finding my current wife, my best friend, my beloved Rachel. Not Rachel from Friends, my own Rachel. But it didn't happen until I had to go through, get this, 3 failed marriages. Yes, not proud of it. It's just what happened. My enthusiasm for creating my own family, especially based on my childhood background, which is a story for another video, led me in the wrong path of karmic confusion and just series of bad decisions. Now, I appreciate all my past relationships. They taught me all something very important. I even got an amazing child out of my previous one, but those relationships were not healthy. They were toxic and they were filled with strife, and that shouldn't be the case. Now, this series that we are doing right now is a series about the 81 incredible verses of the Tao Te Ching, a 2,600-year-old ancient wisdom that was written by a sage named Lao Tzu, best we know. And I'm just going verse by verse. This is going to be about verse 2. So if you stick around all the way to the end, I promise to gift you with 3 amazing practical nuggets, practical dating tips for your love life. So if you haven't pressed the subscribe and like button, please do so. It really helps us get this to a larger audience. So let's begin with a quote from verse 2 of the Tao Te Ching by Lao Tzu. When people see things as beautiful, ugliness is created. When people see things as good, evil is created. Being and non-being produce each other. Difficult and easy complement each other. Long and short define each other. High and low rest upon each other. Front and back follow one another. Unquote. This ancient wisdom teaches us a profound truth. Duality is a product of perception, and true harmony lies beyond judgment and expectation. Those of you who are not familiar with the term of duality in spiritual terms, that means that we have the tendency of separating ourselves from other. That's why it says duality, right? I am different from you. Dark is different from light. However, in reality, those things are part of one another. They're part of the same reality. So in reality, if you go for the wisdom of non-duality, again, non-duality, that means I'm not different than you. Yes, we might look different, we might speak different, we might want different things, but at the end of the day, you're not my enemy, even if it appears so. So that's a brief explanation of that. So let's reflect on 5 key lessons from this verse and how they relate to what is truly important when seeking a romantic partner. Here are 5 spiritual insights for choosing a romantic partner. 1. Let go of idealized beauty. When we chase a fixed image of beauty, we often overlook the deeper, quieter radiance of someone's soul. True connection lies in presence, not appearance. Listen, we live in the Facebook social media age. We live in a time where you swipe right, you swipe left, and everyone and everything seems expendable. Where outer beauty is what rules the day. But is that really what's going to give us the consistent, sustainable, positive relationship of our life? I doubt it. Yes, we should all be attracted to whoever's going to be our partner. Attraction is a key thing, but we shouldn't just focus on that, and we should really look deeper how that person makes us feel. 2, release harsh judgments. Every strength comes with a shadow. If you're seeking someone's good, remember they're also human. Love grows when we accept imperfection rather than resist them. 3, seek balance, not perfection. This verse reminds us that difficult and easy complement each other. In love, seek a partner who balances you, not completes you. You should be complete already, shouldn't you? And that does mean that before we start our next serious relationship that might end up with the marriage, who knows, or a lifelong partnership, are we who we want to be with? If I'm looking, even on the surface level, if I'm looking for somebody fit, am I fit? Do I include fitness into my regular routine, or am I just expecting that from my partner? If I look for someone who is kind and generous, am I as such? Yeah, on first, when you ask anybody these days on the street, ask them, are you kind, are you generous? Most people will say yes. But in reality, that's not always the case. You got to look deeper. Am I really, or even if you think you're kind and generous, what's the next step for you? Should you do more volunteering? Should you help more people in your family that need your help? Should you make more phone calls to your auntie or grandma to help them with their loneliness and with them desiring companionship? When was the last time you called your grandma? You know what I'm getting at. 4, honor the flow of opposites. Just like front and back follow one another, your paths will ebb and flow. A worthy partner isn't one who never disagrees, but one who dances with you through the changes. 5, presence over persona. Long and short, high and low, these are comparisons. Choose someone who is real over someone who is impressive. Truth has a quiet power, and I cannot emphasize it enough. And this, you will hear this in the next few videos time and time again. It's very easy to fall for the gorgeous, for the charming, for the funny type. And that's okay. Hey, I consider myself funny too. At least some people think so. But is that enough for a long, strong, reciprocative, and happy relationship? Not always. There's a lot of clowns out there that will make you laugh and giggle, but not necessarily going to be there when you need them most. So, just like I promised, since you stuck around, 3 practical tips for your romantic search. Press that subscribe and like button if you haven't already. Number 1, write a feeling list, not a checklist. Instead of listing traits, ask, how do I want to feel in their presence? Safe, inspired, free. Let those feelings guide your discernment. If I feel anxious around that person, and not in a good way of being excited, and passionate, but anxious because they tend to criticize, and because they tend to make me wrong, is that the person I want to stick with? Question. Number 2, date with curiosity, not expectation. Enter new connections with openness. Ask, what can I learn from this soul? Instead of, is this the one? 3, practice inner alignment first. The Tao teaches harmony within. Meditate, journal, or walk in nature before seeking love externally. A settled heart attracts a balanced partner. Before you go on a date, we're all nervous when we go on a date. It's exciting, especially if you're looking for a real relationship and not just somebody for a one-night stand. No offense to one-night stands. So really be going to stillness, going to quiet. I fell in love with meditation. I try to make it my regular routine. Sometimes I do more, sometimes I do less. My beloved Rachel meditates every day. Sometimes we meditate together. There's so much power in that, especially before you go into something that could be a nerve wreck, like a first date or a second date. So go into stillness, go into quietness, and really ask yourself not, oh my God, am I going to get a second date out of it? Oh my God, is this going to be my true soulmate? Oh my God, am I going to kiss that person on that date? Instead of that, with all due respect to those exciting items, ask yourself, how can I make this date fun for them, for both of us? How can I make sure that they are having fun on this date and not, am I going to impress them? So, thanks for sticking around. Remember, the Tao flows effortlessly without striving. When you stop chasing, you begin attracting. Trust that the right soul will recognize your light. As they say, you can't say the wrong thing to the right person, and you can't say the right thing to the wrong person. Until next time, breathe deeply, love gently, and walk the path with open hands. If this video sparked something in your spirit, or even just made you pause and wonder, offer a small blessing to the algorithm by tapping that like button. Speak your truth in the comments so the universe and I can feel your presence. And if you haven't yet subscribed, let it be your tiny act of awakening. Click it as if you're choosing clarity over noise, love over fear. Have a good one, true lovers.